Hello, and welcome back to Woods and Waters, podcast number 2. We got number deuce. We got your host with an S, not just one host. I'm Dusty.
Cade Wilson.
Cade's the other host, not a
The
co-host.
producer,
And
apparently.
producer and editor and camera equipment dude.
So Dusty,
I'm just here for the pretty face. Or sorry, the ugly face. I'm here for the ugly face and hopefully sort of good topics. I don't know yet.
So last time we talked about a little bit about ourselves. Today on the agenda we're gonna do just talk around a little bit, and then
Of course, do spooky time.
we're gonna do our what we're calling spooky time for right now,
Yeah.
and then who knows? Let's see where it goes from
I
there.
know we got a few talking points that we.
I wrote a story from the next podcast, and it's gonna be awesome. It's about aliens.
Better get ready, boys.
We'll hopefully have a guest.
Oh yeah, hopefully if he comes through. If not, it'll just be the boys again.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, would you? It's a Monday, 7/13. So what'd you do this weekend? Anything exciting? I know Saturday we cut the.
I just chilled. Yeah,
we cut grass Saturday, so our Saturday was sort of full.
We were at the graveyard all day Saturday.
Really from like forever. Oh, almost ate on these chairs. We got for the people watching on YouTube.
We upgraded.
We upgraded the table. We got a better table. We had to get more room.
We went from a camping table to a normal table. We kept the chairs. I feel like we're a little low.
Oh, yeah. We are a little low. I'm having
We should be like right up here.
I know, I'm sitting like I got the microphone.
I guess next to the
angled
chairs.
down. I hope the audio for me sounds better because my microphone came in, so we should be doing pretty good on the audio part. We're planning on. I don't know. We're trying to figure out good audio stuff and all that. We got lighting for the boys on YouTube. Our lighting sources are looking pretty fly.
And hopefully we're gonna pay more attention to the record button. Record light.
Yeah, make sure you don't go
Because
out
last
like
time we had a few cutouts and it was crap that spliced together and all that.
It wasn't bad though. How was that? Talk about the editing and uploading process. Tell them everything.
All right.
wrong.
So if you were even close to looking at it or following us on Instagram or Snapchat, you would have seen that we said it was updated. Like, did you see that, dude?
My man just caught a fly.
It was a mosquito. It's still alive.
A gnat or something.
What I was saying was we had to upload it about 4 times.
Yeah.
So I had to get the video together on Premiere, cut it all together, edit it and everything, line up the audio and stuff, and then it ended up being like 8 gigabytes. So that would have took freaking 4 days.
He tried uploading it like during the night.
It would have took like 4 days to upload
Yeah.
to YouTube. So I compressed it, and then it was uploaded fine, and then Dusty saw that part of the audio was messed up, so I took it down,
there in his story about his
fixed it,
production.
and then exported it, and then compressed it again and put it on, and then apparently when I fixed that one, I messed another piece of audio.
It was like
up.
an echo for like
So
1 second.
I had to go through the process about 4 times, so
Oh, yeah.
it took a day to get uploaded, and
We got it in
a
there.
full day. Like,
Yeah, of work, like actually
Yeah.
doing stuff.
But it looks good. We got the intro going.
Oh yeah, we got a good intro for it, I think.
Hopefully it's not too long. I mean,
We might have to go and edit the
Just-
intro a little bit.
we'll make it a little shorter. But that music you hear is
Homemade.
is courtesy of Cade Wilson right
Oh
here.
yeah, courtesy of one of our hosts, Cade Wilson.
I'll make some more. You just let me know if you like that. Put it in the comments. Do you like our intro? Should it be shorter or longer, or should it? Is it?
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was good
Pretty fly to
too.
me.
I thought it was good.
I mean, I thought it fit the podcast pretty
It's
good.
it's like 30 seconds. I mean,
It's not
for a
too long.
podcast, if you're listening on a podcast, I bet it's a lot easier to do. But if you're
Yeah.
watching, maybe a little too long.
I don't
But
know.
let us know in the comments or
Well, for most podcasts,
hit us up on
too,
Instagram. We got an Instagram now. It's called
yeah.
Woods and Waters.
There you go. hit it up.
I think it's all one. Oh wait, what is it?
It's like, I'll look it up here. I'll look it up.
Woods, plural, in the letter N, Waters. I think it's Woods underscore period in period underscore
Yeah.
Waters.
Yeah, all lowercase, but I mean,
And we got a logo now. The
Oh, yeah.
logo.
we gotta change the logo on the Instagram too.
Yeah, we'll put it up by when y'all are listening. It'll be up, and
Oh, yeah.
we'll have a couple things. And we're gonna stuff we're talking about. We'll probably put pictures on there, so you can go ahead and look at that like you're listening, we say, all right, go to Instagram, look at this picture.
Oh yeah.
And
Arcade Mater on his Instagram, if y'all guys are listening and follow him, he made a pretty good trailer.
but yeah, check out the
Look
trailer.
at the trailer for episode 1. I thought it was pretty good.
It's on my Instagram at Wade_Kilson with
Yep.
1 L. I forgot to put that last time. Probably people put like,
He probably popped up.
yeah.
It was pretty good though. I liked it.
Yeah.
We also, for viewers, we got a thing of grapes for snacks.
Oh, yeah.
Weird grapes too. I don't know what they are.
We thought it was hot last time.
It's hot now.
It's super hot today. I don't even know what it is. I don't even want to know. Like,
Well, we're doing pretty good. So nothing eventful happened for him. Same thing for me. We worked Saturday, Sunday. Went fishing. Didn't really catch anything. Didn't catch big numbers or nothing to tell people about. So you just could know. Oh my.
we're gonna do that number
Kings,
right
we start
there.
eating like kings now. We gotta have something to feed us these. But yeah, we'll try not to eat in the microphone at least. Give you guys some ASMR. But yeah, one of the throwers back in the banner, number 2. Not really have loose leaf idea of what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, we got some choices, but
I'm not really gonna ramble or anything. Try not to ramble at
we'll
least.
do that towards the end.
Yeah. We'll start out with while we were cutting grass Saturday, we remembered a story that happened to Cade. We were out fishing on Lake
I
Harbor.
already forgot it.
It was up at the dam.
Oh yeah.
Cade got attacked. He got murdered. We got a few stories from up there. If you're from Hartwell up on the Clemson side, there's Issaquah Dam. It's a real small lake, and there's just the dam of it and the water outflow. It's pretty nice looking, but the first time we didn't even know. I don't know why we went up there, but
We walked up top, didn't we?
yeah, we got off the boat, climbed up top. You had to climb around the gate.
It's
over the
about
water.
50 foot. isn't
Even
it?
people jump off of it. I don't know why.
Maybe
It's
40.
crazy.
Maybe
Yeah.
40 foot tall dam that you can. It's about 3 foot wide. That you can get
Yeah,
on.
you can.
And water's flowing.
Yeah, we crawled up on it and fishing off it. I threw down on the 40-foot drop and ended up catching one and had to pull them all the way up. And the story that we're gonna talk about today is there's one tree growing off the dam, a little shrubbery.
And I got hung up in it.
Yeah, Kay got hung up in it, and on that tree.
It was my jig. It was a black and blue jig. That's what I
Yeah,
remember. I was
black and blue
I only
jig.
had one of them.
And he was
we had a
catching
tournament that next day. So,
Yeah, we were
and that's the
pre-fishing.
only thing I caught fish on.
We were
so I
pre-fishing,
needed it.
and there was a hornet's nest on this tree.
We didn't know that.
We did not know that at the time.
And I was pissing it off. I was trying to get that bait
We were
unstuck.
sitting there shaking it, pulling on it. I'm talking about those wasps were mad. And I was idling up there because we were about to leave because it died off. The bite did at least. And so we pulled up there. Kate's up on the front of the boat up near the trolling motor. I'm driving it. And he's like, all right, I got to get this. We got fairly close. And we got up there. And how did you notice? Did you just hear him?
No. What happened was I got the bait I reeled it down to the bait and then got it unstuck from the tree, and then that was enough to shake them. I was shaking the crap out of it, and apparently there was a big old wasp nest in there, and they all just came at me, dude.
He's out there.
And that's back when I had hair about a little longer than Dusty.
Yeah, we had long hair back then. We were looking pretty
Yeah.
good.
The wasp went straight from my head.
Him, I'm talking about.
Got stuck in my hair.
It kept stinging him.
It kept stinging me. It was I got stung 7 times.
He's up there on the front of the boat. He's screaming. He's like, back up, back up. I threw it in the works. I kick it hard. It's still murdering him. We're out there I didn't get stung. Thank the Lord. I would have been mad if I got stung. But Kate,
My head was swollen.
it was horrible. We had to make a long drive back too.
That was hilarious.
We were in our small boat. And it was bad.
I thought I was having to go to hospital.
Yeah, it was.
I was asking my mom as a nurse about why does it hurt so bad? Because I've been stung before. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
But in my head, I guess it's just more intense. And then I'm pretty sure it stung me about 7 times because it was. I could see different holes.
Yeah, another little story from that for the people fishing there. We fished that tournament that next week or next day or something like that.
Is the one about the fish?
Yeah, we had 5 small ones. We sucked that tournament. It was pretty bad. Kate caught me in the neck with the bait. I think he got hung up in my clothes, so we're good. But we caught our 5th one, and we were out there about to cull, or like we were culling or something like that.
We caught our
6th one, I think. No, because we just got 5, and we had to go back down 4 because we opened up the lid to the live well, and one of our fish jumped completely out of the live well,
streamlined
over the boat,
perfect
back in the water.
It didn't hit the boat and flop. It just went.
Doom. Like if it was diving, it'd get like a perfect 10 in the Olympics. It was god awful. And we just sat there. We didn't know what to say. We weren't mad or anything. We were just like, what just happened? It was god awful. We only caught 4 of that tournament too. But the bridge pylon bite was pretty good that day. I mean,
that's all he used to fish.
Oh yeah. All right. So that was just one of our main stories that we wanted to talk about. It was eventful though.
Did we have any like, I don't know, stories that fit our thing? You know, like
paranormal stories.
Yeah.
Well, we always talk about one of the first times me and Kate actually fished together was when we were driving. Remember we went to Table Rock, and we always would say like when like you're driving and you go through the fog and stuff like that, and like your high beams are on or something like that, and you just like you feel like a face is just come flying at you, like a ghost face or something like that.
It's just like ominous.
Yeah, it's just like you always feel something's like watching you or something.
But we followed the Google Maps and it took us into the mountains,
like out of nowhere. Like it was crazy, and like people like kept flying by us.
And this is like 3, 4 in the morning.
We got up early. We got
dark.
It was really good. Yeah, it was scary. And then we high beamed a cop on accident.
Yeah.
Didn't pull us over though, so you come get us.
We didn't have AC in that car either.
No, we had to go windows down. A big truck came flying by us too.
And it would keep fogging up. The windows would fog up, so we could barely see.
That was the very first time we ever like really fished together.
Tell them about what happened. We didn't pay to get in there, did we?
No, we didn't pay. There was no one.
Because there was nobody there.
It was on like a Monday.
And we were thinking we'd leave before anybody ever got
Yeah, it was on like 3 things happened.
It all starts because we didn't.
Yeah, it all started because we pulled up there, Table Rock Park, hiking trail. They got a big lake there, you can fish, stuff like that. So we're fishing from the bank, and we pull up, no one's there. It's before like daybreak or anything like that. No one's there. So we pull up, we're like, no one's here to take our money. I don't think they had pay slips or anything like that either. So we just drove on in, parked, we sat there, daylight started to come up, so we started to fish. We started fishing for a bit, and we got up. It's probably 5:30 in the morning. We started fishing. First few casts, Cade launches one of his baits. I'm talking about middle of the lake. Breaks off.
It broke off mid cast. And it was soaring.
It flew like an eagle across.
It was in the middle of that lake.
Yeah, and Cade's like, I really like that bait. It was a whopper plopper. They're like $13. Cade's like,
16. They were 16. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, at the time, because it was like 2-3 years ago. It was a while ago, and so Cade stripped down. We're the only ones there. We didn't see anyone else there. And Cade stripped down to my man's underwear and swam at like 5:40 in the morning. It was cold. It's like a mountain.
It was freezing.
Mountain lake, so streams coming straight from the mountains. It was real cold. My man swam out to the middle of the lake just to grab a bait and come back.
Didn't somebody yell at us?
No, I don't think they yelled.
Somebody saw us, I thought. Or maybe it was another.
We saw a few like.
No, somebody yelled at us when we were standing, like, in the water. I think we were standing like knee deep casting out. And they were like, I was like, wish you were here this morning to see me swimming out there.
I know, and then number 2, the third big thing that happened was Cade had to make a little safety deposit in his deposit box.
Yeah. Out
there off the side of the trail in the woods, and it was right there.
I had to get, let's just say I walked out of there with only one sleeve.
Yeah, my man, he had to de-sleeve. He had to cut a sleeve off, which many men have made that sacrifice. That or a sock or something like that. And then so we're across the entire lake.
That's probably a mile.
We had and we waded across the dam. It was sketchy going across that dam because it's like a good drop off, just straight rock.
And the water's
stuff
pretty
like that.
strong. It wasn't.
Yeah, the current is pretty good. We're there. We have to walk across and all that. So we climb up. We're literally like 3/4 of the way around the whole lake if you're able to walk around the whole thing. And so we get up there when we hear some stuff like something like equipment, some like power equipment, stuff like that. Like
It's like beep.
yeah,
beep,
you hear it
beep,
backing up.
beep.
It sounds like a forklift or something like that. Or we thought at the time, we
I
thought it was a
tow
tow
truck.
We thought that our vehicle was getting towed because we didn't pay that morning. And we're across the entire lake
As soon as
hearing it.
didn't we run back?
Yeah, like as soon as we hear it, we look at each other. We both instantly say like, "Our car's getting towed. We gotta go." We start hauling it back there. Like we start running, and then at one point, it's so far from when we're like, "Screw it." We're like,
If it gets towed,
it's got.
Because I can't freaking jog a mile with my tackle box,
Yeah, we had
fishing
everything in
rods,
hand.
after fishing all day, literally all day.
wading in the water and all that. It was bad. But our moral of the story, car did not get towed, so we were able to drive home. And then we went to more stories. We stopped at like a neighborhood pond, fished it, and like sketched out because remember we caught one fish out of it. We pulled up in some neighborhood neighborhood pond up in Travelers Rest. And we put and we were fishing it, and we always we thought
there was a bunch of fish in there though. It was tiny.
Yeah, and we only caught one
right off of what I guess it's called White Horse Road, but it's in Berea.
No, I thought it was near TR.
Well, it's right in between.
It's like in between.
Yeah.
And the whole time we were sketched out.
This is $1 million neighborhood.
Yeah,
there was a gate code and the gate was left open,
Yeah,
so we walked in.
private, and we thought we were gonna get kicked out.
I forgot about that. Dude.
Yeah, and then there's another story too, because so we fish it, we only catch one. We're sitting there looking out the whole time, sketched out. I couldn't even fish because my rod and reel got hung up in Kate's subwoofer box or something, the carpet on it, and I couldn't get it out because we were we gotta go, people are gonna see us. We're sketching out the whole time, so I just sat there on lookout. So we leave there and we go to the old trusty Burger King.
Were you there when that Karen showed up? Back before Karen? Alright, I got the stories confused. You're talking about one where we parked in the parking lot and then the thing's right there, and I think we were close to tennis courts or pool or something.
Yeah, pool. And they're doing work on the pool or something.
I went there before, and I was with my buddy Eddie, and we drove around the neighborhood first to get an address of a new home. So if somebody ever asked, we could say we lived there. And we were fishing. We caught more that day. But that's why I took you there, is because I knew about it. And we were fishing, caught a couple fish, and we're catch and release only. We're not catching it and keeping it. Nobody should ever care about us fishing. We're actually respectful. We don't leave trash. We release the fish, take a picture, and let it go.
Yeah, that's it.
Right back in. Not throwing it in or nothing like that. But we were fishing, and then this old lady with the dog shows up. She's like, "Hey, what are y'all doing? You live here?" And we're like, "Oh, it's funny. Yeah, we live here. Our friend just moved in at blah, 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 this address." And she's like, I don't think anybody lives there.
Now, how would you know one?
I was like, well, our friend lives there. I'm pretty sure that's the address. And she was on us, dude. She was just drilling us with questions. I'm just catching little tiny fish in your little tiny pond. Leave me alone. We're not in front of anybody's house. This is a park. And we got sketched out, and she started looking at something else or something, walked a little further, and we just got out of there.
Gotta leave.
But that was back before Karens were a thing. But she was a Class A Karen, dude.
Now you look it up in a dictionary, and her face is there. But back when we went to Rock, we came back to Burger King. We'd make a pit
stop at Burger King
to get food because we were hungry. We didn't eat anything that day, I don't think. It was rough. I just had a few snacks. And we pull up there, and at the time they had I can't even remember the name of it.
It's some crazy burger thing. Some crazy with bacon,
had
4 patties or some crap.
A gigantic bacon cheeseburger, but it had an egg on it.
Oh yeah.
And hash browns or something like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna try this.
That thing was like 3 inches.
It was big. You had to hold it with 2 hands to eat it.
Oh yeah.
And it was not a bad burger. It was just huge. And then I also ordered like
The
flaming hot
Mac and Cheetos.
Mac and Cheetos or something like that. It's like the Cheetos, but it's mac and cheese. And so I'm sitting there. We're on the way back. I'm eating it. I get like halfway through the burger, and I tried the mac and Cheetos. I'm talking about straight garbage. Like, I think you could find better stuff in a dumpster. It was horrible. I only ate like half of one. I'm like, this is god awful. Cade wouldn't try one though for some reason. He should have tried them just get a taste. But I'm halfway through this job. I love it. It's like breakfast burger or some kind of like special promotion burger, and it's just too much for me. I'm sitting there. You still got a picture of me like with the food. Yeah, like
I think you made some kind of like weird noise.
Some ugly face. Like I'm sitting there like I had to unbuckle, like fully stretched out to like be able to breathe. Like I was full, like, and only ate half the burger. It was horrible. But looking at the camera, we're looking at you boys. But it was rough. I'm sitting there like it's hard to breathe. I'm full. I'm like.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat the rest of this burger, Cade. I'm just all sprawled out in the car. It was bad. Yeah, what else we want?
Oh, something did happen this weekend.
All right, let us have it.
That actually has to do with Woods and Waters.
Here we go.
We're over here talking about Burger King.
Yeah, we're talking about
just go off.
Getting yelled out by like Karen.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well,
we were fishing. I guess we were coming from fish. Okay.
Yeah.
So my old boss, his name's Mike, we'll leave it at that. My new boss is called his name Mike too, but so it's gonna be hard to figure out who he was. Alright. I took off first I'll tell you this. I got a notebook that's waterproof. And I guess that's as manly kind of notebook you can get, right?
Yeah.
So
is it camera?
what I'm gonna do now is like whenever I have like adventures or something like that I want to do, I'll write it in there. Or if I go on a camping trip, I'll write down like what happened or what I need to bring next time or like recipes, stuff like that. But I was talking to my old boss Mike. I went over to his house to pick something up, and he was telling me, I can't tell you the exact location just because it's not at its prime yet. But I'll tell you this. In Belton, there's a place. This is how he described it to me, and that's why I was proud of it. Mm-hmm. He has described you go down this road, and you keep going until you get to this town. And then at this town, there's a bridge, and as soon as you hit that bridge, there's a right. And it's a dirt road, and it's hard to see. And then you can pull in, and you can fish. And he says in April... So I won't tell you the location, I'll tell you everything else. Mm-hmm. In April, you can go in there and there's a lake that it comes up from. It's farther away from the lake. It'd be easier for me to tell you what it was, but I can't tell you.
It's too good.
Yeah, because sneaky I'm telling you, this is something crazy. So the fish striper swim up from the lake, up the river in April. Apparently a ton of them. It's either because of like water temperature or to like breed, I guess. I don't really know. But he told me that if you go there in April and about every cast you'll catch an enormous striper. And I was like, holy crap, I'm gonna try that out. But I mean, this is a pretty hard place to like find. Yeah. And I was going by word of mouth, you know, and we were
doing GPS coordinates.
Nothing. So I wrote it down in there because that's something you forget quickly. So I got in the truck and I wrote it down once I left. So going off of that, I found this place. And there's a Jeep trail. We tried to go down that and it was getting dark. So I was like, nah, I'd rather not. Come back, start fishing. Third cast on the good old floating worm, the Jimmy Woods special color. I can't tell you what that is either.
But a striper on a floating worm?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, on a river.
No.
Yes.
I always thought it would have been like a swim.
I sent it to you, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you. I'll put the picture up. Or it's on my Instagram, actually. You can go look at that. But, I mean, it was good. I don't know. I want to say it's close to 5 pounds. And that was on some Walmart rod that Samantha was using, with like line that was still on it when we bought it.
You can't even beat the Walmart line.
No, dude, it was bad. I set the drag real low, fought it in. It took a while to get in, but I was just so like, you don't think of catching striper in the river.
On like by the dam.
And I wasn't expecting to catch anything because it wasn't the time.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe because it's so hot, they might go up there. But I'm definitely gonna try it out in April, see what's going on.
Oh yeah.
Maybe make a video about it. I just thought it was real cool because just word of mouth. It was out of town, is what I'm saying. It was down the road.
If you ever take someone there, you have to blindfold them or knock them out.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're here. But yeah, that's a good story. That's pretty good.
Yeah, some scientific stuff in there. We gotta
Yeah.
figure out why they do that.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're a striperology, if you study striperology.
If you live in Greenville and you message me on Instagram about it, I might tell you where it is, and we might
if
go.
you catch them on the right day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I might.
But not after we fish it first.
Yeah, if you live around here, I might tell you.
We gotta fish it first though.
Oh yeah, in April.
Yep.
We're gonna have to go like in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and end of the month, because April's a long time, and we're gonna have to figure out when it's good.
Yeah, you didn't give me
Apparently, we didn't catch anything else though.
Just that striper.
Just one, and I've kept fishing the same thing. But when we rolled up, there was like a group of 4 people there fishing only whopper poppers. Every single one had a whopper popper, and they were not new. They were like new to fishing, and so they had some type of knowledge of what to use there. Topwater whopper poppers, and they were all using it, and that's a pretty odd bait, you know.
They probably didn't catch any because
they didn't.
We'll tell you guys a little secret on the whopper plopper though. Kate's an expert at it, but if you're ever gonna throw the whopper plopper on the lake, if it's not 12 o'clock and 500 degrees outside, no clouds, you're not catching them. That's just you're not gonna catch one on it. Because Kate will always catch them. It'll be 12 o'clock, like 100 degrees out, still water, no wind.
Because it's the easiest thing to throw. You know,
the
after 4 or 5 hours just fishing different things all around the lake, all you want to do is just reel.
Or fish a Carolina rig.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sit in the chair.
Sit on the motor.
That's why. Hell yeah. Jimmy would take the chair out. I think that's why he did it. Is because I would sit down in it.
Right,
so I just sit on the engine.
You gotta use the chair on the Triton, where that chair is like luxury. You sit in it like your feet are up off the ground.
I've never used it. They got a captain chair there? No.
They have the butt seat, but they have like the.
There is a captain chair.
Yeah, the butt seat, but there's a style chair like we had on the back of the boat, like the normal style.
Yeah.
But you always sit in like, you sit like at an angle, like your knees are up at the sky, and like your feet don't touch.
Like
the
a
ground.
recliner.
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy. I've never used it. I don't like using chairs on my boat, but it's not bad. It's probably good. You probably love it.
Yeah.
We go night fishing one time.
Dude, it's been a minute since I went night fishing.
Alright, it's time for spooky. Here, I'll do it.
Do it.
Spooky time. It's spooky time, boys. It's time for our paranormal story and creature of this podcast for number 2. Last week was Bigfoot, just in a general of Sasquatch, some people like to call him. His normal name is Bigfoot, though. We did the one we talked about was up in the northern region, like
Pacific,
Rockies, yeah.
West, Northeast,
all around like the Rockies, and like he's everywhere though. But this one we're delving in a little bit more deeper and getting more detailed about him and a certain kind, and so we got some stories this time instead of just facts. So it'll be good.
Right. Today's story is gonna be about the swamp Sasquatch, known as Florida's Skunk Ape.
The Skunk Ape.
Skunk Ape.
Another real popular one. I hope most people know him. I know he's pretty big. A lot of people like to talk about him, but he's one of the big ones.
They say he's about 6'6", so he's not that big.
Yeah, he's not tall.
But he's 450 pounds.
Dang.
450 pounds, hairy, smelly ape that roams the Everglades.
Don't they? I'm pretty sure that they call him Skunk Ape because of his smell.
Yeah, it stinks, and that's what a lot of people say.
Oh yeah.
So the first story, we're gonna start it. All right. 3 days before Christmas in the year 2000, a family in Florida awoke to a loud noise on their back deck. There was so much banging and pounding that it sounded like some overweight drunk was knocking over deck chairs, but with all that noise came something that couldn't possibly be human. A low, deep grunting, and with it a stench like something was rotten. When they came out to the back window, they saw something they never expected to see. There on the deck was a great, huge, lumbering beast covered in hair from head to toe. The family figured it was an escaped orangutan from the local zoo, but when the photo they took started making its rounds online, a handful of true believers in the paranormal had a different explanation altogether. The monster on their back deck, they believed it was no other than Florida's own Bigfoot, the skunk ape. For at least one man, hunting down the skunk ape was a full-time job. Dave Sheely, the self-proclaimed Jane Goodall of skunk apes. Sheely runs Skunk Ape Headquarters, a research facility focused on proving that these creatures are real. He says that he's pouring his life into proving that they exist ever since he spotted his first one at the tender age of 10. In essence, the skunk ape isn't too much different from Bigfoot, other than a few unique charms. They roam exclusively through Florida's Everglades forest, often in whole packs, and they're said to be peaceful and kind. What really sets them apart, though, is the smell, a stench Sheely describes as a kind of wet dog, a skunk mixed together. Dude, pause. I was I was hiking on it's Blue Ridge Mountains. It's called up the Shining Cold Mountain. Yeah. We were hiking the Cold Mountain, and it's a 25-mile hiking trip. So we were backpacking like 3 days. And there's bears there. This is North Carolina, Blue Ridge Mountain Way, I think, mountain range. But I kept smelling that. Now I thought it was bears, but who knows? It could have been a freaking skunk ape, bro, or something like that, or some kind of like Bigfoot thing.
Yeah, might have.
I mean, you never know. We did find bear poop, but
maybe it was Bigfoot.
I know there's bears, but like it was weird. There's actually a story with that. Should I tell that story or should I wait?
What's that?
All right, we'll see. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, resume story.
All right, story time. The earliest well-known skunk ape sighting happened in 1957, when a pair of hunters claimed that a gigantic smelly ape invaded their camp in the Everglades. Their story picked up traction, and it spread. The creature started to pick up on its own unique name, inspired by its distinct smell. Dozens of sightings followed in 1973. A family claimed... Oh, that's the family. That's it. No, it isn't. A family claimed that they saw a skunk ape chase their child off a tricycle. The next year, another family claimed that they hit one with their car, and they had hairs in the fender to prove it. A whole tour bus full of people claimed they saw the swamp Sasquatch in 1997. They described it as a 7-foot red-haired ape running through the Everglades. There were 30 or 40 people in all, one of them telling the same story. In that same year, a woman saw a skunk ape jump in front of their car. It was a shaggy-looking, very tall, maybe 6.5 or 7 feet tall, she says. The thing just jumped in front of my car. The stories of the skunk ape go back much further than the 20th century. The Muskogee and the Seminole tribes that lived there in the Everglades before European settlers arrived claimed that they've been seeing skunk apes in the woods for hundreds of years. They call it the Eskikaki, something like that, or the tall man. He is the protector of the woods, they say, and he keeps away those who would damage the forest. Even when you don't see the Florida skunk ape, they believe he watches you, forever gazing over those who enter his domain and using his mystic powers to vanish into thin air. There are countless photos and videos allegedly depicting the skunk ape on the internet, including the one taken by Dave Sheely himself. In fact, Sheely has a whole facility full of skunk ape evidence. including a cast of a four-toed footprint from the creature, which he claims was left right next to his hunting camp.
There you go.
I also have the story of Sheely talking about when he got that at this in this hunting camp. We can pull the picture up, but this is Sheely's story. The guy who, like, this is his whole life work, is to prove the skunk ape. He obviously freaking believes it. There's a ton of people that say they've seen him. You know,
whole tour bus and like people saying he hit the car.
This is all in Florida too. This is not just like all around the country.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of people in Florida saying the same thing. You know, they both said it's 6'6". You know, looks like an orangutan.
Yeah, it smells bad.
Yeah, but there's something out there.
Yeah, there's some out there at least.
So
people make
this is Sheely's story. The first time Dave Sheely saw a skunk ape, he says, he was 10 years old. It was 1974. A few years after his father had come up a set of footprints left behind by the creature and the Everglades version of the Bigfoot named for its supposedly pungent odor. Dave was out deer hunting with his older brother Jack in the swamp behind his house in what's now Big Cypress National Preserve. When he encountered the ape, he says, it was walking across the swamp, and my brother spotted it first, but I couldn't see it over the grass. I wasn't tall enough, Sheely says. My brother picked me up, and I saw it about 100 yards away. We were just kids, but we'd heard about it, and for sure, that's what we were looking at. It looked like a man, but completely covered in hair. He and his brother stared at the creature, mouths agape, but almost at the same time as he tells it, the skies opened and rain poured down. The ape hurried away into the cypress knees scattered amongst the marsh. Holy crap, he remembers thinking, I finally saw the thing, and it got away just like that. But the fleeting moment left an incredible impression on Sheely, who is now 50 years old. In the decades since, he's relentlessly pursued skunk apes and seen them, he says, on 3 different occasions. He's written a field guide, made TV appearances, and continuously investigates and reports sightings. And he has established the Skunk Ape Research Headquarters on his property, where tourists can learn all about the legendary creature. He says, I am the state expert on the Florida skunk ape, and have been for years. In July 2000, he captured one of the encounters on video. In the grainy daytime footage shot from hundreds of feet away, the creature spends a minute or so moseying around in the cypress knees and palm trees. Then shortly after, it begins striding across the open swamp. It breaks into a long-limbed run as though suddenly it is aware it's being watched, escaping into the grove of palm trees. Sheely notes that at the time, the swamp was covered by over a foot of water, making the animal's speed, which he estimates to be about 22 miles per hour, impossible for any human to achieve. And what everybody's saying is like, nobody really believes it. But I mean, bro, you can tell how fast something's going, you know?
Yeah.
I can't go 22 miles an hour, can you? I mean,
no.
I think my average mile is 3 miles an hour. You know, you can tell if something's moving fast enough. So that's what he's proven. That's evidence that it's something real, dude. It's something that's not a human in a freaking costume, what people are saying it is.
Yeah. I mean.
But that's the skunk ape story.
Skunk ape.
There's so many more encounters. You can look it up yourself. But you can find his video. You can just type in his name and then put skunk ape at the end, and it's a pretty short video, but you can clearly see this animal running across in the woods. And there's another story that I thought was I couldn't find it, but I heard it, so you're gonna have to take my word on it. But it just it gives really good evidence of it, so I'll tell it. So this is a grandma. She has a house obviously in Florida near the Everglades. And she noticed that her apples were disappearing, and her dogs were going crazy at night. So she stayed up a little later, and she could see it, what this creature in the woods, and she called the police and said, because it was eating her apples, and she called the police asking if there was a orangutan loose. And we need to find the freaking, the police call.
Yeah, it'd be hard to find, but if we can, it'd be good to throw in here.
But, I mean, why would you call the cops? You'd obviously call the cops for something serious, you know?
Yeah.
So she calls the cops and asks them if there's a orangutan loose. And, like, I think they say that there is no orangutans here, like, in even close to vicinity. But I was thinking they were from the zoo or something like that. Which is possible, you know, it's possible. But obviously it would be accounted for.
Yeah, they would actually.
Unless it's some Tiger King stuff.
Yeah.
Somebody had an orangutan. They
illegal.
made it freaking enormous,
Yeah.
and it's just been surviving like a caveman in the woods. But I mean, what's more plausible, that or that there's some kind of creature out there that we've never seen that is a family of these creatures that we haven't seen? They're obviously smart enough to get away from humans.
Yeah.
We talked about in the last one. But so she gets up close and she takes a picture of it. And if you go to any kind of search engine and type in skunk ape, you're gonna see this is like the most famous picture.
Yeah, it's like
because she's like sneaks out there almost.
Yeah, it's like he's in the. I'll try to describe because I've seen it here. I'll pull it real quick too, just to make sure. But he's in like the bog of the swamp up in some like cattails,
some kind of
reeds.
Thing.
Yeah, like reeds or cattails or something like that. And it looks like she snuck up on it.
Like a silhouette, obviously.
Yeah, like
so she was gonna take a picture.
This one.
Yep, it's that one right there.
Up in some like palms and stuff like that, and it looks like she snuck up on him and like caught him off guard with the flash of the camera.
Boom.
And you want to throw the picture in here?
Yeah,
it's
we
like
can
at the
toss
end.
the picture up there.
Yeah, we can toss the picture up when we're talking about it, but it's like it just shows him. It looks like he's off guard and like he's just surprised, and like you can see all the hair. He has like a white streak down from like his jaw. It looks like down to his like upper chest area, and like his eyes are glowing, of course, from the flash. And it looks like he almost has like a underbite, and like you can see like fangs or something like that on the back. And like you can in the full picture, you can see the.
His eyes are His eyes are red, bro.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like, if you take a picture of a dog or somebody, like sometimes the eyes are red. I don't know if that happens in like fake costumes or whatever. Because what's everybody saying? This is a costume, but why would this old lady fake all this and call the police? And it just doesn't make sense.
But they got some like clear pictures on here, and it's like on the one that we're talking about, you can like see his arm, and like there's an angle of it where you can like really see his hands and stuff like that, and it's crazy looking. He definitely does not look fake. Like you can't see where a costume would start or end or anything like that.
If it is a costume, that thing costs thousands of dollars.
It's a really good costume.
Is it worth it?
But is this the video we're talking about? The dude running across?
I don't know if I think it is that one.
But there's a video of it. I'm just on images right now. It's looking like, but there's a ton of people that say they've seen it, and they got like pictures and stuff like that.
And
here's Dave Shealy's.
It's four-toed. That's what's weird. There's also, I'll put another picture up. This is what Wikipedia says it is, and it looks more like to me it looks more like a Dr. Seuss looking thing.
Yeah.
And
like, here's the video of like Dave Shealy's.
Yeah.
Like, you want to put up like a 6-second clip of this or something?
I think we have to look at it and see if we can.
Yeah, like what the copyright thing is, but he's walking across the swamp, and he's not like getting bogged down or anything like that. And it's in like on a human, it's probably about waist high grass.
He said it was a foot of water.
Yeah, and it's like waist high grass, and it's up to like his knees almost, and he's just getting it through.
It's crazy.
I know.
But I'll pull that picture up. To me, look at this.
Oh yeah, that thing. That looks crazy. It's like
it's almost alien-like.
Yeah, we can put this picture up, but I'll describe it for the people just to listen. It's like it's humanoid. It's up on 2 feet. It's got.
Doesn't it look like some Dr. Seuss?
Yeah, it's got huge, like it has short fur, but it has like huge tree trunk thighs. These
Yeah.
things are huge. It looks like
The
he's been
head
doing
is what
squats.
gets me.
Yeah, the head is way too
It's-
small for the body. Like on this picture that they made, but that's
Who
what.
knows, man?
But it's like,
I ain't seen him.
yeah, we're not in Florida. We might see him when we go down there. But yeah, he has like big white spots on his eyes. He's got like a small neck, but it's just like gigantic tree trunk thighs.
I think Skunk Ape looks more like a orangutan. That's what my guess.
Yeah, in the picture that we're talking about that the old woman took, he has like, I don't know, like on orangutans, their arms are really long and they hang past their knees. Like that's what it looked like. He has really long arms.
But
and
it's
stuff like that.
definitely not. Orangutans don't get that big.
Yeah, and like
There's
not
no
even.
way.
It's like this. It's bigger than a gorilla and stuff like that. And like there is this one. I was listening to Joe Rogan. It had this. He was talking with like one of his podcasts with like Forrest Galanch. Well, he's a pretty cool dude. You should young boys should look him up. But there's just like this ape, like orangutan. I can't remember exactly what it was, but in like the Amazon, I think, or the Congo. No, it was like in the Amazon or Congo, and its name is the lion killer. And it's like, it's 6 feet tall, like bigger than 6 feet tall. It sometimes walks on like 2 feet. And like they've said, like the native people there, like the tribes people said they've seen it like eating lions and stuff, like, or not lions, like jaguars and stuff like that.
Dude, that's what makes me really believe. Is because, like, yes, there are fake pictures. Obviously, if you pull it up, you'll see the fake pictures. There's people that go out and claim these things.
But like, what do you
like
have the
stories.
tribes people that like
The
don't have
Native
any?
American, the Seminole.
Yeah, like
Indians,
Native Americans been seeing them forever, and they coexist with them. Like it was part of
they
the.
said they respect them.
Yeah, like
this is the keeper of
the forest and
Everglades.
stuff like
He
that. Yeah.
protects it.
But like, you can't tell me that like, why would like a random tribe out in the like,
Why would they fake something?
Amazon? They don't have internet. They barely see people normally. Like they show up, they're like, hey, let's just mess with this guy.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, come out here, come on. I've seen it. Like, but like, and you can't tell me up in like,
It's more of a respect thing. Like
yeah,
nowadays, one lady hit her with the car.
yeah,
Imagine if there's a herd of them, right? And one of them gets hit by a car and he's like crippled, right? And he comes back and like communicates somehow like, dude, these people, these things we've been seeing around here, they got freaking machines that go faster than we've ever seen. And they got these flashy things that scare the crap out of me while I'm eating apples. And, like, they don't want to be around us, dude.
Like,
Why would they want
that.
to? And what is somebody going to do if they want to prove this? Like Sheely, if he was looking at a skunk ape and he had a gun,
you'd shoot him and bring him back. You can't tell me like.
They know that. They're
I
not
know.
stupid.
And you can't tell me like out in, I don't know, probably the best place to find them would be like up in like Washington or Oregon, where there's like hundreds of thousands of like miles of just straight wood, like thick wood. Like
Or the skunk ape is
in Florida, but like
only in Florida.
Yeah,
the
Bigfoot and stuff like that. But in Florida, like some of the Everglades, you can't get in there. Like you have to like airboat in, or like go in with a bush plane if you have a big enough landing strip. Like you can't walk in there. Like it's just too thick. Like,
And
you have to
it
take a
makes
buggy.
sense that things are different, you know, like
Yeah, 'cause down
Bigfoot
there
we
it's-
talked about in the last podcast. That's like the big forest Bigfoot, and he has different attributes.
Yeah, and he could probably get bigger because of like different food source.
Yeah.
Like he could eat more like deer and stuff like that. Maybe gain more, like get bigger, like way more and stuff like that. And down there, they might only eat like snakes and like occasional alligators and stuff like that down the Everglades.
Do you know how many toes Bigfoot has? Or like, it's
I think
a
he's got
normal
4
foot,
or
isn't it?
5 maybe.
I thought it was like a normal foot. Like a
I think it's
5,
4
but
or
it was
5.
big, you
Yeah,
know?
it's huge.
This guy apparently it's not enormous.
Yeah.
But it only has 4 toes,
Yeah,
which makes me think. Dude, how many toes do orangutans have? Look that up.
Like 4 or something like that.
You think it's 4?
I think so, yeah.
What if it is like some kind of missing link though?
Alright, so it says that they have 4 toes.
4 toes.
So it could be a
I
missing
don't
link.
know, man.
It could be like a, what is it,
Gigantopithecus.
Yeah, Gigantopithecus. We learned how to say it a little bit better than last time. But it could be, you never know.
It's got. I feel like it's some kind of missing link. If it's not, well, I guess it has to be, right?
It could be. I don't
Like,
see why it
if
wouldn't
you
be,
believe
but
in evolution, then
it grows, like, it's just like keep
yeah, that's why there's different kinds of monkeys. There's
Alright.
different kinds of apes. There's different kinds of fish. And if you believe we all came from goop, whatever.
Maybe the smell, like it could just be from the swamp, or maybe like.
I think it's because of swamp,
Yeah.
because it's always wet or something like that. And what is that?
It's. I think we gotta get to that side, folks. We might get murdered, boys.
Check it out.
Case can go check. Got something outside. Sounds like, I don't know what it is. Sound like something's like crawling up around here or something, man. Just Kate has turned the corner with the broom in hand. If I hear a scream, he's dead. Maybe a squirrel or something. I don't know.
I think it was like a rabbit or I heard a beetle or something.
Really?
But it did sound like some footsteps or something.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting spooky in here. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know.
Dude.
We should not do this at night. It's
No.
gonna be scary as crap.
Dude. So that's the skunk ape.
That's the
everybody.
skunk ape. We're about at an hour. We're 26 minutes, so we're
Yeah.
under an hour. So
I got another story for next time.
Yeah.
I told you it's about an alien abduction, and that kind of relates to me.
Oh yeah, we might have a guest. Hopefully we can get Juan on.
Yep. Because Juan was witnessed.
Yep, he was there.
My personal
And
experience.
then podcast after that, we'll just keep going on the Bigfoot and just keep knocking out, find
We
out
told
some
you
stories.
new
stuff like that.
cryptid or story
Yeah.
every time. The first podcast
Kind
was
of
just
plan.
an
Just the
intro
intro.
about us. We know it was a little low on the quality.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna get better every
Oh, yeah.
time. I promise.
We'll get there. Stories are getting better. Already good, but yeah, so just follow us on Instagram at Woods and Water.
Woods _ in letter N _ waters.
Follow us on there. That's the podcast page. We can post pictures of
We'll post the skunk ape.
I can
Maybe your cheeseburger.
maybe the picture of the cheeseburger. Maybe
Whatever. The fish I caught. All
yeah.
kinds of
We'll
stuff.
just talk about that, and also we'll try throwing in maybe edit some stuff in here so people
Oh yeah.
on YouTube can
Might make a
watch.
trailer.
Yeah, we can probably
You'll
make another
see,
trailer.
you'll see that. Well, I
On-
guess they'll
on
be
yours.
listening to this first.
What?
They'll be listening to the podcast before they notice anything about that.
Oh yeah.
So,
But
if you follow us,
Yeah,
you'll see the
it.
trailer before you see the
You
podcast.
can follow Kate at Wade_Kilson on Instagram. You can follow me at DustyWood_fishing. For sure?
Something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
DustyWood_fishing. We'll be posting that. You can follow us on Spotify at Woods and Waters.
We're on Anchor. That's another podcast.
Yeah, you can use Anchor to listen to podcasts too.
On, I understand the YouTube. I mean, it's cool to watch the videos, but I understand some people just don't have time.
Yeah,
or
like they're not like
they're
us.
doing stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I get it, and you gotta put it in your pocket. So we're on Spotify. We're on
set
the
us up on
Anchor. We're
Spotify.
on the other thing. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can watch on that next time. But we do like YouTube. You get to see what we're talking about. You
Yeah.
get to see what the
Us
heck just happened.
almost get murdered by something.
Yeah, and then you can comment on that. You can comment
Yeah.
on the YouTube video. Let us know
Yeah.
what you think. Some stories. We can direct message on Instagram.
Yeah.
We also have an email. It's woodsandwaters123@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can send us your own personal stories, and we'll read it on here. I promise.
Yeah.
If it's good enough.
Yeah, if you
And
got any
then-
ideas about what cryptids you want, or like throwing some topic, like talking points, stuff like that, you can do that. Our talking, I know the first half was a little rough, we were just rambling, but this was sort of just out of random. Like we didn't really plan on recording today,
Yeah.
but we just hopped on and said, let's give it a try. So yeah, but yeah.
Hopefully you learned about the skunk ape. It's actually not that popular, dude. I didn't.
Well, it's
a lot of
probably
people
in the
don't know.
Bigfoot community, but not everywhere else.
Well, a lot of people just like everybody heard of Bigfoot. Everybody's heard of Bigfoot.
Yeah,
not
everyone knows
everybody's heard of
Bigfoot.
skunk.
Yeah, they don't know
Everybody
there's
hears
different
what?
types.
And then, now you know it's the Florida Sasquatch.
Yep. So yeah, we'll see y'all. We'll maybe do a podcast tomorrow if Juan's good.
Maybe.
But our next one, hopefully, we'll have a special guest on there. Talk to him about stuff. He's going to Florida with us, so we can talk about that too. So yeah, we'll see y'all guys next time. Just call us up or message us, all that, anything you want to talk about. And that's a wrap. That's a wrap, boys.